Hi everyone, I'm Arnel, and today we're going to look at the causative. Specifically, the causative verbs have, get, make, and let. Oh, these look like normal verbs. Why are they important? When we use these verbs in a causative way, they have a very unique structure and a special purpose. Let's take a look. Here's the basic concept of causative verbs. You don't do the action, someone else does the action, but you are in control. I know this seems a little bit dramatic, but it's the basic idea. So, with this idea in mind, let's look at the causative in 4 steps. Paying for a service, ask, convince, persuade, force, and permission. We're going to spend the most time on steps 1 and 2 with have and get. And at the end of this lesson, I'll have a mini test for you. Number 1, paying for a service. Have something plus verb number 3. Get something plus verb number 3. What do I mean by verb number 3? Verb number 3 is the past participle. For example, play, played, played. Eat, ate, eaten. You can see my past participle there. Okay, let's compare. I iron my shirts every week. I have my shirts ironed every week. What's the difference? The first example, I do the work. The second example, I pay for this service. I don't do the work. I could also say, I get my shirts ironed every week. Have, get, is there a difference? They mean the same thing. Have is just slightly more formal. Get is slightly less formal. Let's do another example. The wind was so strong that a tree branch smashed through my window. I repaired my window. I had my window repaired. I got my window repaired. You can see that structure. Have, get, something plus verb number 3. I did the work. I paid someone else to do the work. If you're going to, if we imagine the causative as a person, it would be Miss Rich. I get my nails done every week. I'm having my pool cleaned tomorrow. I get all of my meals cooked by my very own chef. Foofy and I had our portrait painted. And you can use this structure with any tense. Present simple, present continuous, past simple. You can even use a modal verb. I might have my boat repainted. Okay, obviously we don't only use a causative for big expensive services. For example, what supermarket do you go to? I hate food shopping. I just order my groceries online and get them delivered. Groceries are all the things you can buy in a supermarket. Groceries. Groceries. What's the difference? I had my groceries delivered. I had delivered my groceries. Are these the same thing? No, big difference. Which one is causative? The first one, right? Have something verb 3. The second example is what we call the past perfect tense. Had plus verb 3. So you can see one little change in your word order can make a big difference. I have a video on the past perfect here if you want more information. Let me know in the comments below the last service you paid for. I had my eyes checked recently. Last point in part 1. Because we are paying for a service, we don't need to say who does the action. I get my nails done every week. Done. In terms of beauty, done means styled. I get my nails done every week. I got my hair done last week. I'm getting my makeup done. I don't need to say, buy a nail technician. I don't need to say, buy a hairdresser, buy a makeup artist. It's always obvious. Nobody is ever going to think, you got your nails done? By a dentist? Okay, part 2. Ask, persuade, convince. We're still going to use have and get, but the structure changes a little bit. Have someone, verb 1. Get someone to, verb 1. In this case, we really want to make it clear who does the action, and in this case, we're not necessarily paying for a service. Let's do a few examples. Oh, my car has been making this weird noise lately. Really? My brother's a mechanic. I'll have him take a look. Have someone, verb 1. I can't get my 6-month-old son to sleep. He never sleeps. Get someone to, verb 1. In this case, is there a difference between have and get? Yes, a little difference. For you, which example feels more difficult for the subject? Get. When we use get someone to do something, we often have to persuade or convince this person. Have is a little bit more neutral. I have my students put their homework on my desk before the lesson starts. How do you get your students to listen to you? The first one, I ask my students to do this. They do it, so I don't have to. The second one, how can I convince them? Do you have any tricks or techniques? I'll have my lawyer give you a call. He might be able to give you some advice. I'll ask him to call you. Getting my parents to agree with me is almost impossible. I can't convince them. It's very hard to persuade them. Okay, so it's important to know this difference, but yes, sometimes we can use these structures interchangeably. I hope everyone enjoyed my presentation. Are there any questions? Yeah, could I please have a printed version of the presentation? Of course. I'll have Sam print you a copy. I'll get Sam to print you a copy. Imagine Sam is my assistant. In this case, you can see there really isn't any difference. So it's good to have that feeling, but sometimes they can be interchangeable. Mini review. Have something, verb 3. Get something, verb 3. Yes, they mean the same thing, but get is a little bit less formal, more conversational. Have someone, verb 1. Get someone to, verb 1. They can mean the same thing, but get has that stronger feeling of needing to convince or persuade someone. Okay, let's move on to make and let. Part 3. Make someone, verb 1. When we use make someone do something, we're really thinking about forcing someone. And yes, there are different levels of force. We have physical force, mental, emotional force, and then neutral. The robbers made the security guard give them the code. Did the security guard have a choice? No, the robbers made him do it. Sometimes my boss makes us work late on Fridays. Do we have a choice? Not really, but this isn't exactly physical force, is it? Stop making me laugh. Do I have a choice? No, you're so funny, I can't stop laughing. Can you give me an example in the comments below using make? My kids make me cut the crusts off of their sandwiches. Whew. Last one, let. We're almost done. Let someone do something. We're giving someone permission. We're giving someone a choice. And remember, let is an irregular verb. Let. All the forms are the same. My professor let us use our phones during the test. Did our professor force us to use our phones? No. Did we have a choice? Yes. If you wanted to, you could use your phone. If not, that's also fine. My sister lets me borrow her car whenever I need it. Does she force me to borrow her car? No. Do I have a choice? Absolutely. If I need her car, I have permission. And of course, in the negative, this means no permission. My landlord won't let me have a pet in the apartment. Do I have a choice? No, I don't have permission. I cannot have a pet.
And let isn't only about permission for people. It can also mean to allow something to happen. When you open a bottle of wine, let it breathe for 30 minutes before drinking. This allows the wine to breathe.
Okay, let's do a mini test. Number 1, next week. A, I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed next week. This is a common mistake or a common problem with the causative. A lot of times students understand why we need this grammar when we use this grammar, but oftentimes they don't quite get the structure right. So we can't change the word order, and we can't use a different form of the verb. By the way, wisdom teeth are those big teeth at the back of your mouth that you get when you're an adult. And you do need to remove them sometimes. Number 2, a new washing machine. C, I had my landlord buy a new washing machine. Once again, A and B don't work because they're not the correct structure. Last one, number 3, my boss, while I work. B, lets me. My boss lets me listen to music while I work. Technically, A and C are correct, but they're not really natural, right? A, my boss makes me listen to music. Why would your boss force you to listen to music? My boss gets me to listen to music. Again, why would your boss need to convince you to do that? You either want to or you don't. Okay, wonderful. So, I hope today's lesson was helpful. I hope the difference between have, get, let, and make, I hope the differences are clear. You know what? Your comments always make me smile, so leave me one down below. I can't wait to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.